Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls. It's me, Big Mike, and I know it's been a very, very long time since the last time we met. Cue the music.
It's been so long, it's all I left you, but I was in jail with my nephew.
Wait, no, just stop. I don't want to get hit with a copyright strike. So how is it going, fam? Today I just wanted to make a very short video just to kind of give you an update of what's been going on, what to look forward to, and just most importantly of all, thank you all for sticking around for when I wasn't here. And also to let you guys know, I am in fact alive and I'm not dead. Or maybe I am dead and I'm talking to you from the grave. Just kind of jump into business, just to kind of tell you a little bit about where I've been and what's been going on. So every year, I kind of go through a busy season in my life. And at that point in time, I tend to take time away from making content, or at least making video content. I'm still active or semi-active on Twitter during that time. But however, things on YouTube kind of stop for me. I'm the type of person, I was from a very young age, well, I wouldn't say a very young age, but from my teenage years, as a result of playing American football, I had it drilled into me by my coaches that if it's worth doing something, it's worth doing something right. And so if I can't focus my attention or the attention that's needed to do something, if I can't do something the best of my ability, then I don't want to do it. And so during this time every year, I take a month and a half, 2 months away. Though I will say this year I remained around a bit longer than I did last year, so I am a bit proud of myself for that. So there's nothing wrong with the channel, nothing wrong with me. This is just something that just happens every year, and it happened last year, it happened this year, and it'll happen again next year too. Them's just the facts of life. But with that being said, with that out of the way, I want to spend the rest of this video just talking about my content. Now, first and foremost, I just want to talk about Coffee with Big Mike. And so if you're new to my channel, Coffee with Big Mike, while not the only series I have going on my channel, not the only type of content I do, it is my favorite. And in this series, I sit down for a chat over a nice cup of coffee with some rather interesting and amazing people. VTubers, game developers, I had an adult film star on once. I even had one of my best friends from university on in one of the last episodes. So it's something I really do enjoy. However, there are some issues I need to talk about here, as the future of that series is very much up in the air at the moment. And this is all due to hardware issues. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know my computer has some feedback issues. And about this time last year, I stumbled on, by a complete accident, I stumbled on an amazing fix to that situation, whereby if I take an installation of Ubuntu, which is a Linux distribution that I've installed on a USB drive, and I run it off of that, and I do all my recording off of that, I have absolutely no feedback issues whatsoever. There's no humming, no weird distortions, no interference, nothing like that. And so whenever I record, I have to do that. I have to use that. Now, unfortunately, my headphone jack has died on my computer. I'd say maybe around January, February-ish. And so I have to use a USB sound card. Now, the problem is, unfortunately, my computer only has three USB jacks, 3 USB ports. And so I have to have one for my USB drive for my OS, one for my microphone. Also, I have to use an external mouse as well because my computer, my laptop's mouse it's not good. And I have to use one for my sound card. So unfortunately, things don't really work out too well like that. So it leaves me with an issue. I need to use 4 USB ports, but I only have 3. And I tried using a multiple port thing, but it didn't work. But I'm just chalking that up to it being faulty quality, and I'm looking into getting another one in the near future. But as of now, until that day happens, the fate of that series is very much up in the air. And it's not just so much of I'm pretty confident I can get one that would work, a USB splitter that would work. However, I'm not sure what the quality would be with the various things or how well it would work. So we'll see, but it's still very much up in the air. With that being said, however, there are still at least one, possibly two more episodes of Coffee with Big Mike to go. So one episode I recorded back in January, February, somewhere in that ballpark. And the other one I'm in talks of doing, but the other party is going to be the recording one. So I won't have any issues there. So we'll see how everything goes there. But there's at least one still coming. So if you follow my channel, you subscribe to my channel for Coffee with Big Mike, then know at least one more episode, possibly two, is definitely going to happen. And just one final thing I want to point out here before I move on to the next topic is that while the future of Coffee with Big Mike may be up in the air, I will still continue to make other types of videos. So if you like my content in general, be sure to stick around. And speaking of other content, I want to spend the rest of this video talking about the other types of content that I want to make. Now, in addition to the content I normally make, I want to branch out and do some different kinds of content. And some of which are focused on giving back to my community, like sharing resources for different stuff. So think of my freeloader gaming videos, but for other stuff besides gaming, like maybe books, movies, you name it. Also, if I'm able to bring Coffee with Big Mike back, I want to have conversations with specialists, experts, and people with a lot of knowledge in a practical or helpful area. For example, like a lot of people want to travel. A lot of people dream of traveling, visiting different parts of the United States, visiting different countries. Well, in my next episode of Coffee with Big Mike, I'm going to be talking with a good friend of mine, the admin of an Instagram travel account called Adventure of Confidence. And in it, she gives some really great tips about traveling. Now, another example of this would be, and this is from that episode that may happen in the future that I was talking about earlier. A good friend of mine, she's very good at budget meal prepping. And so a lot of people are going through some economic tough times now. And so one idea I have is to have her on the show and to give some advice or to walk people through, how to, budget plan, a meal for a week. Or meals for a week, I should say. And that's just what I mean by content that gives more back to my audience. Now, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not changing my content completely. I'm still going to be the same Big Mike you know and hopefully love. I hope you love me. I love you. And speaking of which, the final point I wanted to bring up here in regards to my content is from now until the end of November or the first half of December is what I consider to be my hardcore gaming season. There were so many gaming events happening during that time period. There's at least 2 Steam Next Fest happening in that period. One actually happening next month in June. And I'm sure there's a second one happening in autumn sometime. Don't know the exact date for that one, but I feel pretty confident there's one happening then too. Then around August, September, there's the Indies Racers Festival. I attended it last year. Very fun experience. And I'm going to be attending it again this year. Then, of course, there's Sage 2023. Sage is the biggest gaming event for me, fam. And I was so stoked for it last year. And this year, I know I'm going to be even more stoked. And after Sage, there's Sonic Hacking Contest 2023. And it's another big event for me. It's one I'm super hyped about as well. Probably my second biggest. It definitely is my second most anticipated gaming event of the year. And lastly, while I haven't heard of it if it's happening this year, if it does, the Nintendo Community Fan Game Convention falls during that time period as well. And so all of this is already on top of all of the awesome games and demos I know I'm going to come across interacting with the indie game dev community. So if you like my gaming content, this is going to be a lit time of the year, fam. And overall, this time of the year is the most exciting time of the year for me. In addition to all the gaming content, all the gaming events going on this time of the year, it's also at this time when so many awesome movies come out and so many of my favorite TV shows return. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but like last year, I want to do some, content based on some TV shows I like my review of Beavis and Butthead last year. Now, I don't know exactly what I want to do or what I'm going to do in regards to cartoon related content, but I do know I want to do cartoon related content again. But regardless, I look forward to sharing this experience with all of you. And fam, I know it is going to be one hell of a ride. And that's pretty much all I had to say. It feels so fantastic to be back. I'm so hyped to be back into making videos again and to being here with all of you. And lastly, I just want to say thank you all so much again for sticking by me during my downtime. It really means the world to me. And I look forward to sharing my videos with you all, to sharing these amazing experiences that are coming in the future. So until next time, fam, remember, just be yourself and you'll be awesome. Peace out!